but that's not important because right now we are in a brand new best of 3. We are on the Korean server for the Team Liquid Red Bull map making competition. And spawning here in the lower right corner of the map, playing for SK Telecom. SKT, it's gonna be the Red Protoss parting. And I've got all sorts of goosebumps casting him because he is playing against the player spawning blue in the upper left, playing for the team My Insanity. The blue turret Jjakji! I'm sorry guys, this is like a super particular nerdgasm for me because both of these players are just some of my favorite. Again, My Insanity gives Jjakji that sort of extra bit of love, but Jjakji was one of the first Koreans that came over to the Zotac Cups that played against Polt, you know, that really brought a lot of excitement to the North American scene. So much love goes to him. But Party, of course, no small fry. I don't think I really need to give him too many introductions. Really curious how this is going to go. Now, we've not actually seen Graveside today, so let's do the map interview while this gets underway. Shout out to Scooter in chat, by the way. My Insanity. So the first problem, or not problem, quote unquote, initially, double ramps into the main. This could be either very exciting or very bad. The person that actually made this map also made a map called Zephyr Jungle, kind of a base trade TV map. And the problem with that map was it had the same sort of setup, double ramps into the main, but there were rocks on one of the ramps. This time the rock is not on the ramp, well, one of the ramps, but instead it's blocking the other ramp. So I don't know if that'll be a problem or not. Really excited to see how that comes into play. I could see it being an issue the same way it was in Zephyr Jungle, but oh, that's kind of some cool artwork I want to point out. I don't know if that, does that correlate to spawn locations? No, that's probably just a doodad on the map. I'm sorry. Searching around the map trying to find cool tidbits where I can. Anyways, double zooming out once again. Let's continue looking at the map. So natural base, third base, whichever one you want to take, they do both look pretty safe. Initially, again, these rocks are the only real threat, but nothing's going to break through those rocks too early. This base down here to the south, a little bit scary due to the brush being so close. You never really want to build a base like this because you won't see your opponent coming for quite some time. So you're going to have to make sure you maintain vision around the map at all times. Let's see what else. Over here on the other side of the map, a very awkward base, but kind of cool, kind of nifty. It's kind of a standalone base. I don't know. Middle of the map is, of course, got this sort of Daybreak-esque / Abyssal City middle ramp thing. Rocks don't fully cover these ramps, which, of course, are circumvented by the other ramps over to the side. I don't know. I said it earlier today. I think Shrieking Breeze, I believe if that's the correct name of that one map, as well as Graveside are probably my two favorite picks just blindly looking at the pool. Jungle Valley, which I've been talking negatively about for so long today, actually just really impressed me and made me love that last game on it. So I hope I don't get all topsy-turvy, love what I hated and hate what I loved, but we'll see how this goes. Someone asked me what the prize pool for this tournament is. Oh, number one prize is like a guaranteed spot to the Battlegrounds, I believe. That's the one in New York City, the one that coming up that we just had all the qualifiers for. There's some cash involved too. I don't know what the cash prize is. I want to say it's like $500. I could be wrong. But most importantly, these guys are playing not just for themselves, but they're testing the maps. And I know for a lot of you guys that probably means nothing, but having worked and played and been friends with some of the map makers for StarCraft 2, I know that it's a real pain trying to get players to test maps. You can get bronzies and silvers to test them all day, but what good is that if you don't have some of the top-notch best players playing on these maps to suss out the problems and see where the excellence and the failures come from? So Jjakji and Partying, I believe the map makers also get a small fee, like $100 or something, if they make if their map is like the best map or something like that, and it'll be featured on the Battlegrounds. But these guys are basically testing the map for the map makers as well as playing for themselves. But ooh, Jjakji is going to be coming with a Widowmine drop as well as some Marines. Parting did go for a Dark Shrine pretty quick, and he's put it in a kind of cute location that would absolutely never get scanned in a million years. But this drop will certainly happen upon it by accident. It won't even be done in time. Widowmine will go down. Observer is going to need to be cranked out of this robo. Where's the robo even coming down? Oh, right here. I had looking right at it the whole time, hiding in plain sight. But Observer's going to need to come down right away, because if it doesn't, that Widowmine's going to get away with way more damage than it should. And yeah, the probes are evacuated immediately. So really quick reaction from Parting. Has obviously seen this trick many times before. Probes are even being pulled. Oh, what? Against Marines? Okay. Last Marine standing will go down. Looks like he'll drop down back to the natural base, but he sees the Dark Shrine, and that's what the really key thing behind this. Jjakji's presence on this side of the map is going to keep partying from canceling. But oh my god, Hellions ran through the map, didn't get picked up, just ran across the field and do clean up some of these probes. 7 workers down at this point. Mothership Core is trying to be focused here by Jjakji. Has to be careful though, can't get too overzealous as of course his medevac, if it goes down, then he is just kind of stuck. Now it looks like one Dark Templar will come in. Is the scan going to be available? Does Jjakji have the energy to scan? He does. He could scan and clear up the Dark Templar, but instead gonna just lose the Marines. So a little unfortunate. Widow Mine does not quite go off because of course it cannot see the Dark Templar, but the observer cleans that up nicely. Pylon has been placed over here by Parting. The Protoss player has put a pylon. His name is Parting. That's called alliteration, folks. Look it up. Anyways, looks like Dark Templar is gonna start moseying on in here. Of course the rocks are up. So he's going to have to walk through the base. Turrets are coming down, knowing the Dark Templar is already in play. Looks like there's actually already one in the base here of Jjakji that I missed. So Scan is going to try and pick this off. Of course, it's a light unit, so the Hellions dish out a little bit of extra damage. But oh my god, with 2 health remaining. Oh, thank god the Raven comes out at just the right moment. And there's not a lot for this one Dark Templar to pick off. So while this did not work out for Parting, this wasn't a huge investment. This wasn't 7 Dark Templar warped in, right? This wasn't one base. You know, he's just trying to cause damage and harassment with these. So hoping to bait out more scans than actually came out. Still can catch Jjakji off guard, though Raven is completely out of position, and once again the starport is being poked at. It's kind of that warning, you're under attack. A couple SCVs will go down here. Turret is going to hold, and it looks like the Warp Prism even going to be dropped off, or at least deterred there for the moment. See, workers killed, 9 to 8. So actually kind of even investments. So we take a look at the resources lost. Probably going to look a little better for Jjakji. Yeah, absolutely better for Jjakji. Okay, but looks like he's going to load up. Go for the same drop that he tried earlier. This time with Stim. Oh, no. Oh, no. Still no Stim. What? What? Jjakji. Oh, his tech lab is really late because, of course, he went for that quick Raven. Oh, no. Or if I'm Australian. Oh, no. Looks like Stim Pack now going to come out. Severely delayed at this point. That's going to make it a little bit difficult to get in here. Parting, of course, has the cannon down. Hellions rushing across the field for round 2. Of course, the problem is Stalkers and Sentries don't exactly clean up Hellions quick, and they can run past everything. Parting, can he get the force field here to lock them out? Looks like that's not going to be the case, and Jjakji will actually get surrounded, so damage will be limited. However, the drop does go off. Widow Mine did not kill a lot as the probes were pulled immediately once again. One single kill on that, but going to depower a lot of this. Oh, boy. Not that it gets charge. Alright, so it delays charge by quite a bit. That kind of sucks, but as we see, Parting just putting another pylon down, so not too much worse for wear. He's got a lot of pylons on the field, and ooh, this one's actually pretty well hidden from that due to the terrain. Kind of reminds me of Whirlwind a bit with a shrubbery. A shrubbery? Make me a shrubbery. No, I'm sorry, I'll stop right there, but Storm Tech coming out of Parting, as well as charge lots. I mean, typically you'll see the go-to from a build like this be Charge Lot Archon. By incorporating Storms with this, it makes it kind of cooler in my opinion, because you can go Charge Lot Archon with Storm, so you don't really need those Colossus. But landing here, taking a start base is Jjakji. Again, the map controls 100% in Parting's favor. I mean, he's had pylons out on the field. He's been across with probes. He hasn't been picked off. There's no watchtower for Parting to get caught by, so Jjakji looking to go aggressive once again, but perhaps might want to leave his home. Templar coming in here. I wish I could see how much energy it had. Because if he can double storm, he'll get some kills. I mean, one storm will get some kills too, but if there's... it's a Dark Templar mixed in. Alright, initial storm goes off quite nice, but doesn't kill a lot. In fact, kills absolutely nothing. The one thing that died was the mule that I guess expired. Didn't actually die to the storm. What? Okay, that's just kind of cool timing, I guess. But they do go back to work, which means they will actually be picked off by Parting's Dark Templar. We'll get a couple kills and we'll get on out. So 7 kills on that one DT so far. Pretty nice. How many kills total? Both players constantly trading, constantly trying to harass. I love this out of Jjakji, that he's not letting Parting sort of snowball out of control. And I don't know if the game music is loud enough. If you guys can hear this is my favorite in-game music. Ooh, nice calculations out of Parting. So that was actually really important that he unloaded those units. A Warp Prism does move faster than a Viking, but I think he realized he was too low and started moving too late, so it keeps the units alive. But anyways, this music that's going on in the background of the game, I wish this would automatically kick in when engagements happen. When players had like 8 PM reach 300 or something, because this is such good battle music. This is terrible, like, we're just meandering around the field music. But okay, Jjakji is going to be pushing out once again. Dark Templar actually on hold position there was kind of cool. Really key that it did not attack, because it lets him get past the army, but also was a big scout to know this was coming. Going to try and get top of the SCVs, so pulled immediately, so going to minimize his losses. Ghost are going to come out later, but not for this initial push. And what does Parting have? Not a lot. He's got some storms available. He's got some force fields, cool. But Jjakji, you're just army versus army. Jjakji, if he doesn't eat too many storms, we'll take a really nice snipe here. But, oh, those storms are going to go down. Will deter that first push. Tries to walk to the side of it. Splits here. Nice split. Beautiful split. Going to pick off the Templar on the ramp. But, of course, Charge Lot's going to come in and connect to this army. Charge, of course, guarantees damage. And these Marines, these Marauders, they're so flipping low. But there's not another storm to finish them off. Argon's going to get killed before it finishes warping in. Can the Zealots be enough? It should be with Charge. 3 medevacs can lift up, though. And Jjakji will minimize his losses. So, great job in that regard. Storms were good. Meanwhile, it looks like Raven, was it auto-turret harassing? I think it was auto-turret harassing while this is going on, because of course these are low and the energy has gone. So my bad, I'm missing that, guys. But another Dark Templar again from Parting. I love how he's utilizing these Dark Templars. So often a player will give up right away. It's like, oh, my Dark Templar didn't work. I better never make another one for the rest of the game. But Parting is, of course, Parting. He's like the top tier of top tier. So I expect nothing less than this amazing playstyle coming out of him. The Overlord Factory going to be ignored. What? Okay, there we go. Gonna start picking it off now. Killing this factory is actually kind of a big deal, because typically a Terran player doesn't have a second factory at home, and if you pick this off, that means they will not have additional Stargates, making it a little bit safer for your Colossus when they're on the field. However, Colossus will not be in play anytime soon. There's no additional starports down, but there are Ghosts available. They do have that Mobius reactor upgrade, so they've got the energy to do some nice EMPs. They're just not with the army. Jjakji, of course, kind of going for Funzy's nukes last series against his last opponent. Will not be afforded the same opportunity against his newest opponent. Auto-turret harass still going on. And actually, auto-turrets are quite beefy. We see it taking on that Zealot quite nicely, but storms are going down, and the force field will actually lock a couple of Marauders in spot, but that's okay, because the Zealots are in full retreat. Concussive Shell is really cool. Can he snipe off that Archon? Does snipe off that Archon. These medevacs are so gosh darn low, though. He's got to be so careful. These are really crucial to heal up those storms, but again, a beautiful reaction from Jjakji. Make sure he takes very limited damage from Parting. Parting has been playing this very well, though, considering the fact that he has no Colossus on the field, no Phoenixes, no nothing to really counteract this army, nothing to chase down the medevacs, nothing to buffer for the Colossus when they come out. The Robo facility did finish, but he hasn't got a second bay down, so not looking to do double production. Loving the infrastructure here out of Parting, though. Taking a 4th base while this is going on. Not even scared in the slightest. Based Parting, guys. But okay, Dark Templar still gonna try and come in here. Still gonna try and do damage. It does get revealed, of course, and Ghosts with their beautiful bonus damage versus Light. Well, actually, Dark Templar, I think it's just Psionic, right? I don't know. I'll check that in a second. I actually have a brain fart thinking about that. Either way, Ghosts, of course, do hit for a walloping 11, even if they don't do bonus versus those Dark Templar. But rocks still have not gone down. This is really annoying for Parting. If he had knocked these rocks down by now, he could have sent some Zealots to just run in and kill a bunch empty bunkers, all the guards to that base. But looks like the rocks will barely go down, so he'll have that option for future warp-ins. Kind of a big deal. Dark Templar again. Oh, it is light. Okay, I don't know if you guys got to see that, but confirming it is a light unit. But Jjakji, now actually on the bitter end of this forceful defense. He's got Ghosts available. Will the EMPs be good, though? There's not a lot here. This one Colossus is, of course, a hallucination. Storms go down, but we see some snipes coming out as well. Can he chase us back? He will absolutely chase us back, and Parting is in full retreat with those EMPs. Actually, there's not even energy on these sentries to force field the army. Jjakji, what? Oh, in the main. This is why you stop chasing or stop reacting. Big Zealot warp in, big Templar warp in off of what is 12 gateways. Going to chase everything away. Jjakji forced to come back home, allowing this army that should have otherwise died to fully retreat. Bunker is going to hold this quite nicely for a little bit, but the Zealots are just going to destroy. There's too many, too much. More Dark Templars coming in. Where's that Raven? It's still on the other half of the map harassing, so he doesn't have that free detection they would love to have. Sadly forced to burn scans, and this Warp Prism will be taken out, so this is the end of the harass, but oh my god, how much workers did he kill? 49 workers killed now by Parting! And he's still not done just yet. Control R, let's make that go away, sorry. This is... I don't know if it's these players or the map, but this is a fantastic game so far. Let's take a look at the actual physical units lost. Lots of trading going on in this game. Again, 51 SCVs killed there in the end. 4th base trying to come down here out of Jjakji, but he will awkwardly find a warp prism, or sorry, a pylon waiting for him. Meanwhile, it looks like the auto-turret harass is still continued throughout the course of this game. Does the Raven... I don't know if it gets killed, like if the auto turret gets kills or if the Raven gets kills. I think the Raven gets the kills for it, but either way, big engagement coming out here on the other side of the map. Again, these cloak ghosts actually with one observer. If they can snipe it off the observer, they can do so much more, but looks like the EMPs are good. Is it going to be enough, though? Driven back by these upgrades. Level 3, I believe. Yeah, 3 and 2. The armor upgrades, so good for a Protoss player. They make Terran just do no damage whatsoever, even though Jjakji's on 2-2. It's like he might as well have nothing. He's got pea shooters. Look at this. Gonna get cleaned up here. Planetary's on the way, but I don't think it's gonna finish in time. No, the turret's gonna get sniped off, so the Dark Templar will reign free, and Jjakji is actually not able to remax off this. He's in so much trouble right now. He's making Vikings, expecting Colossus, but there's still no Colossus. Only one. Loses the medevac with everything inside of it. Loses the Ghost Academy. No more Ghosts available. Only these few that are on the other side of the map. 6 Ghosts in play. We're gonna lose this base for absolute certain. For sure, these guys. Jjakji has to retreat out of this, but Parting is going to keep pressing the issue. Doesn't even need to focus the orbital because, of course, that's not that scary. It's the tech. It's the production. If he cuts this down, Jjakji can't reproduce, but Jjakji has no income to reproduce right now. 36 workers is not enough, and one base barely mining is currently all he has. This base is trying to get saturated, but forced to repair against the Zealot attack. Trying to push out of this. No medevac support at all for these poor units. They are stimming themselves to death in every literal sense of the phrase. 2 EMPs go off, but they miss the Archon. Can he get another EMP on that Archon? It's not going to. Okay, it does go down. Looks like with the Cloak Ghost, Jjakji should hold this. But holding this going to be enough? His 4th base still under constant assault. Good game is called. Tapping it out. Oh, and that gives me a second to breathe. Holy freaking moly. Alright, well that was game 1. Going to go to Parting. Can Jjakji bring it back for game 2 is going to be the big question. It is, of course, loser's pick in the Red Bull Team Liquid map competition.